Welcome to ET Bharat. I am Siddharth, and today we have with us Dr. Madhavi Lata, one of India's leading geotechnical engineers and a professor at Indian Institute of Science. Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste, Siddharth.
So, you're not known only for one historic thing, but two. One is that you are the first female professor in civil engineering at Indian Institute of Science, and you worked on the world's highest bridge, a railway bridge. What are your thoughts on that, and how do you feel about having done this?
Okay, the first one, what you said, I'm the first female faculty in the Department of Civil Engineering, IISc. I think someone has to come, and I have come, so that's how it happened. But the second thing, what you talked about, the world's highest railway bridge, and I am one of the engineers who designed and part of the construction and completion of this bridge. This brings a lot of pride to me. I feel great about it.
You know, coming from Andhra Pradesh, normally people turn towards engineering, but then what made you turn towards civil engineering as such? Because, you know, we have a lot of stereotypes about it, especially about women entering the hard engineering fields, you know. So what made you turn towards it? What was the process like, especially at home and later taking those decisions?
Okay. To be very honest, I never wanted to be an engineer. I wanted to be a doctor, and taking engineering was because of situations at home and especially the financial status of my family. So they thought that engineering is a better profession than medical profession, because we can settle down in life quickly and we start earning, whereas medical profession needs a lot of financial support for building a clinic or to continuing in this profession for a long time to complete the studies. So that's how I entered engineering. But once I entered engineering, civil engineering was also not my choice, because I got seat in other branches as well, but since I didn't get in electronics, civil engineering was my second choice. That's how I entered civil engineering. And yes, you said there are a lot of stereotypes and who will say that women have to go into this field, that field, but personally I don't think any of this kind of things exist, that women have to do only these things. For me, I treat myself as equal to any man in the world, so I don't think being a woman should decide your career path. I think it's your passion that should drive you towards a specific profession.
So civil engineering chose you, or you chose civil engineering?
Maybe both. Maybe both. I chose civil engineering when civil engineering came in my way.
And again, sort of reiterating my previous question in a slightly different way maybe, because there are more barriers for women when it comes to mechanical engineering or civil engineering, which are considered as the hard ones compared to, and there's more of physicality involved in these avenues. So what are the barriers that you faced as such, or did you actually face any barriers because of your gender?
No, I didn't face any barriers because of my gender. There is physical work in this profession, particularly when you work on field. I don't deny that, but I think we are capable of handling it. When women can go into space and live for months and years beating all men, I don't think civil engineering is a big thing that people should be scared about. I would say that this is like any other profession. But if you are looking for a job inside an office sitting 9 to 5 in front of your computer, this is not for you. If you are passionate about nation building, I think this is for you.
You said two interesting things. One is about nation building, and you use the word scary, you know, because that's the perception. Now, when it comes to the bridge that you worked on, the China bridge, it has both. It has a scary element towards it, considering its location in the geopolitical context and with other issues, and its altitude and all. And you are also known for a design as you go approach. How did this come together? How was the process? Like, was a design as you go approach needed in this context?
design as you go approach is needed in any infrastructural project which is like very big and takes long time, because things change with time, because rocks also change with time. They undergo a process through which their properties won't remain the same over the years. And also when you are talking about projects which are like which are built on natural slopes like Chenab bridge, you need to adopt the design as you go. It is not like my approach that we have adopted. It is the approach adopted in globally in many civil engineering projects, but in rarely. And this approach was it has come together through the Indian Railways and the construction companies and the designers like me. So we all worked on this evolution of the bridge into what it is standing today.
When it comes to evolution and design in engineering, I see things are evolving technologically. We are evolving at a geometric pace probably today more than ever. How do you feel sustainability, safety and environmental concerns also have to come into engineering and design?
See, I am the chair of sustainable technologies of IISc, so I definitely know what sustainability means. Many people said that in Chenab railway bridge construction, you have used so much of cement concrete, which is not a sustainable material. But to all of them, I would like to tell that sustainability is not about just the materials. It's about the entire environmental impact and the life cycle. For example, the Chenab railway bridge was the only lifeline to the entire Jammu region when floods happened recently. All roads were closed, and this was the only line through which the government has transported flood material and flood victims to the upper regions. And also when millions of tons of apples are getting rotten, this was the only line through which the government could transport the apples from Anantnag and Madgaon districts to Delhi through Apple Express trains. I would call this is sustainability. And initially when the project started, many people in that region opposed. There is something going to happen in this region and our slopes are affected, our hills are affected, there is going to be kind of civil engineering construction. But I recently met many of the social influencers in a conference in Goa, where these people have come and told me that, ma'am, during these floods we realized why we need this bridge. We all are so proud of you and we are thankful to you for being a part of this bridge. So I can see that keeping people happy without affecting their ecosystem is what sustainability means. I think we achieved through our Chenab railway bridge project.
So sustainability, according to you, has more dimensions to it than just a unidirectional,
yes.
Whether it's a material or whether it's an emission. Or
yes, it is. There is a river flowing between two hills, and we have built this huge bridge, but we have not disturbed the course of the river, or we have not silted the river. Enough care is taken for all these environmental aspects to keep the terrain as natural as it was in the beginning. So I would say that no rules of sustainability are broken, and moreover with time the kind of benefits it is giving. The time between Jammu and Srinagar, the travel time is reduced by 50%, which means that we are saving so much of emission on these roads of Jammu and Kashmir. That is sustainability.
Okay, so by reducing the travel time,
yes,
you are cutting down fuel consumption, yes, and you are kicking off a whole, yes, ecosystem about it.
Yes.
On these lines, because when you talk about engineering and sustainability and essentially STEM fields, again there is the whole gender aspect that no matter how hard we try not to bring in in 21st century, it is more relevant. And you have been the recipient of the top 75 women in STEM in India award. So what's your take on women in STEM from a breaking gender barriers sort of a point of view? Because there is still the glass ceiling. You still see a wage gap in certain countries and in certain industries, especially in STEM. And there's also, as I said, a glass ceiling where the perception is that women cannot break it beyond a certain point. So as somebody who's been involved in a monumental project like this, at a very influential level, what do you have to say about it?
Very relevant point. I wouldn't say that we don't have gender bias in our system. There is definitely this barrier and this glass ceiling what you're talking about. But I would say that the change should come from every point of view. Like women also should feel fearless in pursuing these professional trajectories. And also the industry has to understand the value of women in these fields. For example, women can deliver end to end. I have seen many men dropping out in taking the responsibilities, and I would definitely, not just being a woman, I don't have that bias, but I have seen many women stay strong when they are like passionate about something, they go till end to deliver that. I think this will be realized by industry when women can break the barriers and show their strength. It should come from both ways. Women also have to be fearless, and industry also should recognize the merits of women in these fields. And then I think the path will be easier. It is changing, definitely changing. You can see a lot of women CEOs these days, a lot of women in very important fields. You can see me. So I think there are few case studies as of now. Going forward, we will see many. That's my take.
How do you think it can be done? Like, what can a woman say who is married off at the age of 15, 16 after 10th or inter, which happens?
Yes.
What do you think she can do, or what do you think are pathways in today's India, in today's?
Yeah, that's a very, very pathetic situation, because I have been in a situation where I would have got married at an age of 13, 14, because I came from a village and a rural setting, small background, and people were, the only aim was like getting the girl married, because that's one responsibility you have to get rid of. This still is a thing in many villages in India. I am very, very sad about it. I do not know like how to tell them that be fearless, do this, do that, because they do not know, they don't have the educational background. The only way I can see is the government should give them the kind of support or education that is needed. There's so much is being done already, but I think this gap is still there. I have no idea how to break this, even in my village I see that girls getting married at a very young age, whereas boys are sent to different countries for education and things like that. So there's a kind of systemic change that has to come, I think, through education. And for example, now when my life story is published in many newspapers, many parents have written to me, now I will make my girls study, now I will make them study civil engineering, all that. I think many such life stories have to come into picture, where parents are inspired, seeing that this is how a girl also can be equal to a boy, if not more than that. So I think that should come from the parents, and the system should support and publicize this, that these are the opportunities. Beyond that, I think I am also like you, feeling compassionate about what's happening in villages and the poor girls who are getting married at a very young age and spending their whole life in doing these daily chores of helping the family, helping the kids and husband.
So this sort of a journey earned you a doctorate, and then earned you a professorship, and then earned you opportunities where you could get yourself involved in projects like the China Bridge, apart from winning you many awards, including the Ramoji Excellence Award. What are your thoughts on this, and what do you have to say to young women who are aspiring to be scientists, or that young girl who looks at a scientist on TV and dreams to be that?
Yeah, I think dreaming big is very important, and at the same time you should understand your limitations. Everyone cannot do everything, so you need to find your corner of the sky where you can fly high. This is what I believe in. So your life is not defined when you are born. For example, when I look at how I was as an young girl and how I am today, I wouldn't have dreamt about like where I stand today. I had definitely a dream that I would fly high and I would be a big person. This dream was always there in heart, and there is a passion to achieve that dream. But my path was not defined. I evolved over the time, and I grabbed the opportunities that came in my way, I would say. I was never like say no to thing which I am sure that this will bring something to me, personal satisfaction or glory or professional recognition. I never backed off from that kind of a opportunity. So opportunities do come in everyone's life. So be fearless when you have an opportunity. Try to take this forward. About awards, recognitions, they follow. You don't like, if I didn't ask anyone to give an award actually, everything just fell in place because I reached that stage. And the journey from the young girl to this, I think that was very hard and I did well. I would think today that all the awards, what I am getting today are like for the whole hard work, not just the Chinab Railway Bridge, because I studied in Telugu medium till 12th class. So when I joined my engineering, I was not even able to talk freely with people because I was very shy, and I was everything is taught in English. It was a big difficulty for me. But then I decided that I am going to conquer the world, and then I trained myself in a way that today I can sit in any forum and talk about me. So I think if I can do it, any girl can do it. Only thing is their family conditions and the opportunities, when they come, they just have to grab it, and they have to be consistent. Never give up, never settle for anything less than what you deserve. This is my message to all girls who have come from a smaller background like me.
That's actually a very powerful thing that you said, ma'am. In fact, it made me, feel something, because you said never settle for anything less than what you deserve. And that, viewers, was Dr. Madhavi Lata and her journey of grit and determination with consistent efforts throughout. This is Siddharth signing off for ETV Bharat.